All right. We're back. Guess we don't want to really take a victory lap because this is not something to victory lap about. But looks like we were right about Aaron being abusive to April. So, yeah. Anything you want to say?
I don't have really anything right now until we get into it. He's, in my opinion, a piece of shit. I mean, to abuse a woman is pretty sad.
Oh, completely. I fucking knew it. I knew it. Yeah. Like, I don't want a victory lap because it's not something to be excited about. Because at the end of the day, that means that April was being abused.
That it does.
So, yeah. It really sucks. I don't like it. Doesn't feel good. Doesn't feel good being right. So, I guess we can start out with the text message.
Yeah, okay.
That came out. All right. Yikes. Okay. So this is pretty much like, I really want to key in on this. This is between the Ashley April text, which was dropped on Kiwi Farms, which Aaron had like a big old problem with, it's a small sector of the internet. This is also the same person who leaked the Nick Rekieta kid testing positive for cocaine thing that he completely was performatively angry about and went all spastic about it, like, oh my God, and all of that. But now they're not a good source, I guess, because it's, about him. So, talking about what he did, the squeezing and the headbutting, especially don't let him know I talked to you. The kids are good. This is very much something that happened or something that he did to me only. And I have a problem with that. Big time. She's minimizing right here in this text message to Ashley. Mm-hmm. So completely, oh, he only did this to me, blah, blah. So my sort of train of thought is that it was much, much worse. She's only disclosing the bare minimum that he did. So I'm willing to bet that it was a zillion times worse.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah.
I grew up in an abusive home, and it wasn't just
like a one-time thing. Oh, you'll have to excuse us. Like, we got sick right after we made that video, so we're gonna be nasally and phlegmy and everything. So
yeah, I grew up where my stepfather was abusive. So yeah, it's not a one or two time thing. It's
ongoing.
It's a normal ongoing thing. Everything is great 1 minute, and then the next minute everything is terrible. And that's pretty much how he describes it.
Yeah, well, I mean, were your parents, were they able to keep it together in front of people?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Acted like nothing was wrong?
Yep. They were able to go and hang out with family and hang out with friends and do all of the other things that everybody else did. But, behind closed doors, it was...
totally different story.
Yep.
Yeah. So this whole, like, Keanu and Gino were with them, hung out with them twice. Oh, well, there was nothing going on, and fuck you. Fuck you for even believing him. Oh, and anyone who sits next to him, I am considering the same person. Matt, Gino, Keanu, Johnny, I guess to a lesser extent, because he's abusive to Johnny.
Yeah, we've seen that. You can go back and look at any of the steel toe shows and see that he's verbally and mentally abusive to April throughout the whole thing. Throughout all of the show, almost all of the shows, if you go back and look.
He's always using the chat.
Yeah, he's using the chat, and he did it to Johnny. And actually, April even said, all these people he's abused. April has told him that, So...
well, he can't keep a co-host. He can't keep any friends. He can't keep relationships. What does everything have in common? Oh, gee, Aaron. Aaron's the common denominator. So, and this whole thing about Ashley was working April to get information because she's vindictive. Fuck you and fuck your gay wrestling horse shit. Okay? I have so had it. That is not how shit works in a courtroom or doing court papers or exes or anything like that. It's...
You're almost a 40-year-old man.
I don't think Aaron said it, but he's alluding to it, and there's Aaron fucking sweepers. And we're not sweeping for Nick and Kayla. We're focusing on Aaron because he is, right now, the asshole that is in front of us. So we'll pick everybody else apart. Don't you worry. But yeah, oh God, I'm so pissed. I hate him so much. You have no idea. Like,
He's a piece of shit.
Well, and all of his boxing horse shit, he fucking has to have, like, headgear and everything, and, like, can't even fight a guy. But he's beating on April. And it wasn't just a one-time... You don't just hit your wife once. You don't headbutt your wife once or squeeze her once. This is bullshit. It's an ongoing thing.
There's a thing on X where they're in the jacuzzi at the resort or wherever they were, water park or whatever. She mentions the fact that she had finger marks around her neck. And they kind of spin it to where it was like a sexual thing, but...
We know he's not good at sex. April fucking said it.
And someone noticed these marks, and so, they make an excuse. And I've seen it a million times, My mom went through the same shit. She would make excuses why she had bruises, why she had this, why she had that, and it was...
I deserved it for leaving the mop out.
My wife goes through it too, so...
Oh my God, don't even. You're terrible. Okay. Moment of levity, because this is not fun, but so we were sick, and I was watching Hoovie's Garage and the Nordschleife tourist and fart and all that kind of stuff, because you know that I love watching idiots break their cars on the Nürburgring. Uh-huh. And so I wrote this. It's such an awful dad joke. It's so terrible, but it's cute. You'll think it's cute. My dad would love this. Okay, so Aaron is like a used BMW.
Okay.
Both have been through a couple of owners. The body is dated with cosmetic damage. Both have major problems. They're constant money drains. And when you finally had enough of both, you want to push them off a cliff.
Not that good. Okay.
It was terrible when I was sick or whatever, watching assholes in BMWs doing the Nordschleife tourist and fart. And they're the worst. It's always a dick in an M3. Okay, anyhow, serious. Gotta be serious now. Because fuck Aaron. I hate him. Oh, and he's also German too. He claims that.
Yes, he does.
Yeah, so he is like a used BMW.
The most gayest looking German guy I've ever seen.
Right? Oh my God. So yeah, there you go. I figured you were gonna boo me because it's very cheesy. It was terrible.
It's corny, yeah.
It's corny. My dad would have loved it. So yeah. So anyhow, okay. Going back to all of this and the question of why April would even confide in Ashley. And my line of thinking on this is that he isolated her from literally everybody.
That's what the abusers do.
Of course they do. And he definitely didn't want her confiding in her. But it's really... So April would have known that confiding physical abuse to Ashley had the potential for Ashley to take Aaron back to court to demand supervised visitations, everything, okay? Everything. Probably not even supervised. I would think that, dropping his custody down.
I'm guessing it would have been supervised.
Something like that.
It would probably would have been supervised. They probably would have went through a 730 evaluation.
Different stuff like that. That was not my...
how do you say? To
suss out who's a better parent or what's going on in the home.
And if he has any kind of mental or
Yeah.
mental problems or anything like that. A 730
Obvious.
evaluation evaluates your mental.
Well, everybody involved.
Yeah.
So it would have, there would have definitely been consequences. April would have been aware of these consequences. So for her to actually confide this into Ashley, I don't think it shows, I mean, it shows that they do have a friendly relationship. I think it's far more out of desperation. I don't think she had anybody else that she could go to.
Well, it seems like he isolated her from her own parents.
Well, yeah, because when it was the cops were coming, he was on the horn to them already. You know, oh, this is what's going on.
The day before.
Yeah.
He
telling
also
them that
said that, he graced himself.
Oh, yeah, that clip was awful.
Where he went to Aaron's parents, April's parents, and...
Because they wanted FaceTime with him.
Yeah. If that's not a narcissist.
No shit. What a douche. That's your parents-in-law.
Yeah, that's your in-laws.
But that shows what kind of a relationship that he had, that he didn't want to be around him. I mean, it's obviously isolated her. They were doing 2 shows a day. They had the kids every single day. And it was completely like... God, what did it... I totally lost my train of thought because you got a message.
Just telling me I'm poor.
Oh, okay. Oh, then I'm doing good.
Okay.
So, God, I totally lost. Oh, okay. Yeah, no, he isolated her from everybody. She didn't have anyone to reach out to. And the only friends that she was allowed to have, it seems like, were for clout. So it was Gino and Canoe.
Yeah.
And then Nick and Kayla.
Well.
And so when she took off, finally, she went to the people who were local.
Yeah.
But I think, again, this wife-beating shit, I think it speaks to the swapping didn't happen.
I don't believe it ever did.
No, I don't think so either.
I think that April was telling at least Kayla in November that Aaron was abusive to her. And
well, if she could reach out to Ashley and say that to her, knowing what it could have cost Aaron, first of all, it wasn't good. But second of all, I'm sure she was confiding in them.
Oh, yeah. I'm sure she was confiding in at least Kayla. And in the jacuzzi thing, everybody who has saw it Kayla states, we talked about the empathy thing.
Yeah.
When he called her a whore in front of 2 other people and live streaming.
Right.
And didn't even seem like he was joking about it. There was no joking about it. And he, again, does this throughout all of the videos where if the chat is making fun of her, he's right there making fun of her too.
Well, he uses the chat as a proxy too, to call out all the shitty comments and say it to her. It's not me, it's the chat.
Right.
Because he's a pussy cunt. I hate him. Yeah, but he kept her busy. 2 shows, house, kids, no time for regular friends.
Made her quit her job.
Yeah. Well, that speaks to financial abuse. He had total control.
Yep.
And control of her time. So it's really crazy. And then the whole, he's trying to say that Ashley was vindictive. And I have a big problem with that. That Ashley, she didn't even ask for the state minimum of child support. Okay? She could have gotten more. She waived the right to alimony. Waived it. She split the property. There was no issue with selling the house and the cars and you keep this, I'll keep this. Gave him half custody. Facilitated visitations with Aaron's family because they didn't want nothing to do with him. So she took the kids to go visit Aaron's family. Oh, but she's vindictive.
She's the vindictive one, yeah.
Right. When it's stupid Aaron who's the one, let's find this. Which page is that on? Oh, page 17. Yeah, I hope this sinks in because you've been really nasty about this. You have to take them to a an approved provider for compensation. A court will thankfully settle this eventually, or you can just try and understand what you're doing wrong and fix it. Also, this is for the dog attack, which happened due to negligence, so I won't be paying.
Nice father.
Good father, right?
I'll tell you right now, I have 3 children, and if any of my children were hurt or in any way, I would be right there paying for them.
Yeah.
That's what fathers do.
Yeah. It's fucking crazy.
They protect and provide for their family and children.
Yeah, the fact that he's not concerned, though. There's no concern for the child.
He did that with the cocaine.
Oh, the cocaine story. Well, we can go to that. All right, well, here, buckle up.
People don't
wait, that's the
buy
wrong
your
one.
horse shit.
Oh, good job.
People don't buy your horse shit.
Well, Melton's right.
I know, right? Oh, I hate him. He's such a douche. Okay. So, yeah, back on Kino Casino, when he tells all, is what a good father he is. Okay, the cocaine story. We can speed through this.
Story where you're going to beat his ass or whatever.
So the first time
beating
they
Nick's
came over,
ass,
one of the
too.
first
Yeah, he was going to beat Nick's ass.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is a guy who can
times
only
they
put
came
his
over to the
hands
house.
on
We're standing in the
women's.
kitchen, and I'm already not comfortable with the cocaine thing. If I would have known,
Not comfortable with the cocaine thing. Yet the first time they come over, they're doing cocaine. You fucking liar. God damn. This asshole is so full of shit. I hate him.
when we started, how into blow Nick Rekieta and everyone were, I wouldn't have.
Yeah, but you did know. Because this had been going on, and from the first time that, like, you went over there. They went over to your house. You were into cocaine. Like, so stop lying, dipshit.
For the first
Done
time,
this.
for the last time,
Because
for
I
the
didn't.
first
I
time.
had. But he takes the little bullet, the little container of cocaine out of his pocket, puts a little line down for himself on my kitchen counter, and just takes it up.
That's not how a bullet works. You load it into the thing and you sniff it. You don't pour it out onto the counter, stupid.
And I look at him and I go, dude, what the fuck are you doing? He goes, what? I go, I got 3 fucking kids and an ex-wife who, if she found a speck of that shit in my home, my kids would be gone fucking tomorrow. Don't ever.
Okay, because his ex-wife would go in there with white gloves and everything. Shut up. This whole story is bullshit, okay? For more reasons than this, but like, we were going to go through the whole thing and pick apart everything, but it's bullshit. Like, I call total bullshit. It's narrative building. It's ridiculous. But yeah, Mr. Goodfather.
Ever bring that shit into my house again. Okay, I understand. Yeah, I get it. No, I'm a lawyer. I get that.
I'm a lawyer.
So
Sorry, that's funny. Okay, go ahead.
It's okay. All right. It's all right. It's okay.
Yeah,
Don't ever do it again.
that's the first time.
Yeah.
I mean, did a great job of showing up for traffic court, didn't he?
Yeah,
Good job, bud.
exactly. Yeah.
Thanks. My State Farm bill fucking appreciates it. You know. But so then fast forward a couple months later.
Oh, and that insurance check just so happened to be the same amount. I didn't pull up the clip or anything like that, but it was the same amount that remember when he said April took money out of the account?
Yeah.
Yeah, that State Farm check was the exact same amount. So I'm guessing that she deposited it into their joint account. So it wasn't stealing, Aaron, you fucking retard. And she pulled it out. But she had it sent to Nick's P.O. box. Probably so this psycho couldn't stalk her.
Probably.
How much you want to bet?
And wouldn't be able to get it.
Yeah.
It was her truck, her money.
Yeah. So that's like a total side story. Ugh.
I'm walking around downstairs. My kids are there.
Kids, plural.
No Rekieta kids are there. My children are there.
Children,
And I'm just
plural.
walking around checking on them. You know, what are you doing? All this stuff. I think I had made waffles that morning.
This is a whole theme throughout this whole story is I'm a really good dad. I was checking on them. I'm a really good dad. I made waffles. I'm a really good dad. So he has this like crazy need to convince he's a good dad.
Yes, he did.
But this is all horseshit foreshadowing. Going around checking on the kids. Total narrative
And I was
building.
cleaning up from making the waffle. I hear Nick yell, April, we made one for you. It was coming from upstairs. And I'm like, well, I know they ain't making fucking muffins and shit. And I walk upstairs. You know that feeling you get where you go, don't be right. Don't be right.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
I hope I'm
upstairs,
wrong. I hope I'm
downstairs.
wrong. Please
Walking
be.
upstairs, and I see the mini safe that I know the cops eventually confiscated.
Yeah, I know.
The mini safe. Okay, Nick is now driving around
With a safe full of drugs.
with a safe full of drugs. Now, if you're a drug user, I would think you would, and he has a bullet, he has enough. Why would he need a whole safe full of drugs? The story doesn't make sense.
No, and when Nick was pulled over by the cops, when they finally got busted, there wasn't anything in his car.
No. And Nick is a lawyer. I think he would know not to drive around with a whole safe full of drugs.
Every junkie knows that you only bring enough. You know, you're not bringing a whole safe. Okay, let's keep going.
Hold on.
But it's just bullshit. It's more bullshit.
I mean, he makes it sound like they're having some kind of cocaine party. He's got this huge safe. It's full of drugs.
Yes. Nick is towing the Andes Mountains behind him in his Mustang.
Yeah.
He's such a dork. Ugh. Okay.
Been on my bedroom bathroom counter full of drugs.
Full of drugs.
I didn't yell at Nick and Kayla right then and there. The kids were downstairs. I didn't want to cause a scene. I walked down the...
Didn't yell at them. The kids were downstairs.
You don't have to yell at them. You can have
A civil?
a conversation with them, an angry conversation with them at that, about having a safe full of drugs in your house. Now, but you got to realize this is the second time. Because the first time, you know, he lined it up with the bullet on the counter.
Dude, don't bring that in here. I got an ex-wife and kids. You were using it, though, the whole fucking time, too, stupid. So, like, this is... We don't even have time to explain, like, how full of shit this is. Because we're just going to focus on, like, him being a shitty father, which we all know he is. But it speaks to his whole character that, number one, he would make up a story like this. I don't believe him in the slightest. But also, too, the crux at the end.
Down the stairs, I go, April, could you come into the kitchen, please?
Hold on, right here.
Okay.
This, right here, again, he's abusive. He's yelling at April for this when he's supposed to be the man of the house. Why can't he take care of it? What
exactly.
a fucking pussy he is.
Well, yeah, he walks upstairs.
Fucking pussy.
But he never... Where is April during this whole thing? Is she downstairs? What is she doing? Is she helping with making the kids breakfast? There's no... And this is where you can tell he's full of shit. Is that people just magically start popping up. You know, oh, April magically is there. It's fucking retarded. And it's just smacks of bullshit. But yeah, you're 100% right. He can't confront Nick. Nick is a man. He's upstairs doing this.
He's the one that brought the drugs into the house.
Exactly. This is not April's fault. But he's going after April and yelling at her.
Yep.
Because he's too much of a bitch to go up and yell at Nick. Oh, no, his kids were there, so he didn't want to make a scene.
But he's going to make a scene in front of his kids with April.
Yeah. Because he's full of shit. This didn't happen.
April comes into the kitchen. I'm irate. I go, I told them to never bring any fucking drugs into this house, and they have the entire container full of fucking coke, and they said they just made one for you, so you had to know this was going on. And she looks at me, she goes, oh, I had no idea, but you're right. That's bad. I'll go talk to them. Not angry, not irate, not, hey, my 3 stepkids, who I claim to love more than life itself. Not like, get the fuck out of here, you lunatics. It was, oh, I will go talk to them. Like she was HR, going to discipline someone.
Why couldn't you talk to them?
But not only that, he already talked to them like he was HR.
Yes.
He didn't say anything. And then when Nick supposedly poured the coke out on the
That was the first
counter,
time for the last time for the first time.
Right. That, dude, don't do this shit. Don't bring it to my house. Oh, yeah. Okay, we forgot. It smacks of bullshit. But even in his bullshit lies, he's abusive to April.
Yeah.
He can't confront a man. And then he gets mad. See, he doesn't want to make a scene, right? In front of his kids. But he expects April to go up and make a scene.
Yep.
She's an asshole for going up there like HR.
Yeah.
So April can't win. April can't discreetly take care of something because then she's an asshole for going up there like HR. But Aaron won't take care of it.
No.
He wouldn't even say shit.
Even though they're his kids.
Yeah.
That he loves so much.
Right. Doesn't want to pay for the dog bite if they go to an out-of-network provider. Loves his kids, though. Great dad.
Someone for smelling a lady's chair or something. So she does that. I'm fucking losing my mind. I go downstairs to be away from everybody.
I thought he was already downstairs.
They have, I think, a tri-level, but it makes no sense anyways because his kids were downstairs.
Yeah. It's upstairs, downstairs.
He's like Wee Willie Winky running.
But isn't his kitchen in the downstairs, right? He said he was downstairs in his kitchen making waffles. So now he's going back downstairs. Where did he talk to April at? He said he called April down into the kitchen.
It doesn't make any sense. This is how you know it's bullshit. And that people just magically... Where's Kayla during all this? What's April doing during all of this? We know that Nick is up there.
Yeah.
What's his kids doing?
Where's his other 2 children?
Exactly. He's not... Well, 3. He hasn't mentioned anybody yet.
Right.
So far.
Where are these children at? With a guy in his house with a safe full of drugs.
Yes. Okay, well, let's keep going because it just...
And to come and console me from how angry I am, who do you think would come down to talk to me about this?
Kayla.
Oh, see, I would think my wife would come down to console
See,
me.
this
and
is
talk to me
narrative
about
building.
this and figure out what was going on. But yes.
Yeah.
That was the
After
big
whole story,
reveal.
yeah, sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the dear, sweet, lovely Kayla came down, tears in her eyes. I'm so sorry.
Again, his kids are supposed to be downstairs, so there's an adult coming down with tears in her eyes crying.
Right.
Don't want to make a scene, though, even though he's yelled at April.
He's yelled at April, and now he's got another person coming down the stairs crying.
Right. Where his kids are, because he specifically said the kids were downstairs.
Eating waffles.
Yeah, because he's a good dad.
Right.
He's running around checking on everybody, because he's a good dad.
Yeah.
He really has a need to convince.
This is wrong. I apologize. I forgot. We're so sorry. You asked us not to, and we didn't respect that, and blah, 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 blah.
I forgot. You're not supposed to bring a safe full of drugs to somebody's house. Shut up.
I forgot you're not supposed to bring the drugs. Yeah. So I'm sorry I brought a mountain of drugs into your house.
Yes.
I forgot. Wow.
He's such an idiot. He's so full of shit. I can't believe anyone actually believes this.
It made me feel better a little. And I'm like, okay, you know what? We'll continue on with our day. I go, but that fucking happens again. I'm out of here. No.
Okay.
There's the first time he goes, I don't ever want to see this shit in my house again.
Because my ex-wife comes in here with her white gloves.
Yeah. Now your kids are witnessing people coming up and downstairs.
Crying.
April, there's a one for you. All of this shit. And
Kayla's coming down crying, and you're screaming at April.
And Kayla comes down and then goes, oh, I'm sorry. We'll never do it again. Oh, okay.
Okay,
we can
all
do
right.
it this time. You can keep the drug safe up in the bedroom.
Yeah, okay. Well,
with my kids in the house. It's okay. It's
all right.
Instead
I guess
of
we'll
telling
forgive
him,
it.
take the drugs and get the fuck out of my house.
Right?
Like a man.
I couldn't imagine if that shit happened, what you would do.
We have guns.
You can't say anything like that.
Why?
I mean, I'm just saying. There's no way that bullshit would ever happen. Ever.
No.
Ever.
Well, we don't do drugs, so I mean, that's number one.
Even when I was like at the height of addiction.
Yeah.
Like I didn't do any of that bullshit.
No.
It's so crazy. So crazy. Ah. But I don't believe any of this shit.
In that moment, I should have been done. It should have been it. Before anyone goes, oh, Aaron's just a rat who thinks he's a saint. No,
you're a cunt.
I failed in that moment right there. But then I go upstairs into the middle floor.
Okay, now, see, he set up this whole thing, right? This whole story to tell you this. Because it's narrative building.
I go to check on my youngest, the 4-year-old. And by the way, before anyone goes, should you really be telling these stories? My ex-wife has been such a fucking trooper. I've talked to her about I've come clean to her about everything.
Breaking the restraining order right there, by the way.
Right. You can't talk positive about somebody if you have a restraining order. It's not like, oh, that doesn't count. I was being nice. Like, that's not how it fucking works.
No, he's breaking the restraining order right there because he is not supposed to bring her up at all. He is not supposed to talk about her at all.
Right. He's such an idiot. Ugh.
She's been great. She's just glad that I got, our children out of there and
I
everything
don't
else.
believe that in the
Horseshit.
slightest.
I go up
Oh,
to
here
the
we go.
4-year-old to check on her.
Because he's a really
and I
good
see a
dad.
navy blue container right next to her.
Mm.
And I pick it up, and in my head, I'm just going, it's Bubbles. It's Bubbles. It's got to be Bubbles. The kids are playing with
Kind of
Bubbles.
like going up the stairs going, oh, it can't be. It can't
No,
be.
no.
No.
Oh,
Drama.
because he's full of shit. This did not happen. It's narrative building at its worst.
And if it did happen,
Oh, no.
he's a douchebag.
Well, yeah, he's having these people in his goddamn house, and he knows that they're all fucked up because he's using with them.
Yeah.
So, but let's let it get to the
I
punchline.
walk towards the kitchen. I start unscrewing the lid, and I'm just saying, I'm audibly out loud saying, no, don't. Full of cocaine.
It was the bullet, right?
It's the bullet.
Hold on.
He left it in the couch.
He was sitting on the couch watching something,
On
and it
purpose?
just sat there. No, it just fell out of his pocket and sat there next to my fucking 4-year-old after I'd asked him not to bring this shit into my house.
But he
So
just
didn't
forgave
respect-
him.
By the way, this is why this guy, bury him under the jail.
Wait, it was next to your kid?
Yeah, this is why I fucked this guy, bury him under the jail. I don't believe this story in the slightest.
But this is the only second time he's come over to the house in that they still hung out all the way up until mid-March.
Right.
So, fuck this guy, bury him under the house?
Yeah.
Or under the jail?
Yeah. But see, he just told Kayla, though, no, it's fine. All right, yeah, you brought the whole drug safe and everything. It's fine now. All right. But then, of course, this thing happens. Right?
Right.
Yeah.
Kid, respect me a fucking wink. Didn't bat an eye. What's that, Andy?
It was next to your kid?
It was next to my 4-year-old.
Oh my God. It's over.
I yelled for April to come down. I said, April,
again.
and I just held it out like this.
Again.
Why wouldn't you yell at Nick?
Yeah, why wouldn't you
Why wouldn't you run up the stairs?
Why wouldn't you call to Nick or go up the stairs, which so you wouldn't have to do this in front of your kids?
Right, because the kid is magically just sitting on the couch now. They were downstairs.
Where's the other two? We don't know.
No mention of the other two.
Right. But why wouldn't he, as a man, go running up the stairs to Nick going, what the fuck, dude?
Because it's more dramatic this way, because it didn't happen.
Again, though, it shows...
Even in his bullshit.
Even in his bullshit, he has to abuse April.
Right. She's the whipping boy.
Yep.
She's the scapegoat for everything.
Yep.
For real. Even in his lies, he's still a pussy. She still is getting abused.
Yep.
It's fucking retarded. Okay.
And she goes, oh my God. I go, yeah, oh my God. Everybody out now. And I give it to her. She runs it up. I send a text to her. I go, I want everyone out of the fucking house. I could not be more upset. And
Yeah. So
Kayla, so I go out to the garage. It's Minnesota. It's chilly. And
So this idiot, okay, it didn't happen, okay, but let's pretend it did. He doesn't know if his kid was actually playing with it, if she got in contact with it, if she ingested any of it on accident, there's going to be residue on it. He doesn't know if she has been exposed to a potential poison, okay? Cocaine and 4-year-olds does not mix. He doesn't know. He grabs a blanket and goes and sits in the garage.
Yeah, he leaves his 4-year-old on the couch.
Yeah.
Didn't even inspect her to begin with. Didn't ask her if she touched it.
What is this? Did you touch this? Did you anything?
Didn't go back even into the room and ask her, you didn't touch this, did you? You didn't do anything like that, did you? No, he ran into the garage like a little bitch, wrapped himself in his baby blanket, and fucking cried.
Exactly. While his 4-year-old is, and then you got this whole thing, okay, this whole safe full of drugs, and they're making drugs lines for April and everything. The bullets in the couch, there's just snow everywhere, right? He still leaves the goddamn 4-year-old on the couch under the roof of a bunch of fucked up people.
Right.
He, being the sober one, goes out to the garage
To cry.
to cry with his blankie. I mean, this didn't happen, okay, but there is no concern for the child whatsoever. None.
Well, in his little make-believe story, there is no concern for the child.
What about the other 2 children?
Where's the other 2 children? And where, people are running around doing coke everywhere.
And running up and down the stairs, screaming, crying. He's yelling at April and trying, but he doesn't want to make a scene. And then all of a sudden, at the culmination of this whole bullshit story, the 4-year-old, dun dun dun. But at no time does he wash her hands, ask her anything.
No, it doesn't even...
If this really happened, you would be shitting your fucking pants, because then you're going to have to call for an ambulance or take her to a hospital.
Yep.
You're going to have to start answering questions that you don't want to answer.
Right? Yep.
If you really, really believed
That this happened.
yeah,
That if this story is 100% true, he just blatantly ignored his 4-year-old child
yes.
who might have been exposed to cocaine.
Could you imagine having to call the mother and talk about, or poison control, or take her to a hospital? That's the kind of shit where it's like, we got to go to the hospital and call a lawyer. Not that guy, because he's all fucked up. But yeah. No, this is not good. A 4-year-old, any amount is going to probably be toxic, I would assume.
I would think so.
But if you really, and if this actually happened, you would be so ashamed you would never tell anybody.
Right. At least I would, but I mean...
This never happened. There's no concern for the child whatsoever. He just leaves her unattended, possibly exposed to cocaine. So his old performative horse shit about Nick's kids, he doesn't care. That's all performative, because in his story that he's actually telling, there's no concern whatsoever. And we know that there's no concern from the dog bite. He's more concerned about having to pay for it.
Right. Well, and that's true. That's a true story.
Right.
You know, I'm sorry. My child gets bit by a dog. First of all, I'm going to be shooting me a dog. Second of all, I'm taking the kid to the hospital and making sure that...
Baby. She's 4 years old. She's still a baby.
Was it the baby?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it was the baby. That same baby that he left by herself, not knowing if she was exposed to cocaine.
Yeah.
Didn't grab her and talk to her or anything like that. He grabbed a blanket and pouted.
Yeah.
So I don't believe that it's
care
true.
what hospital my ex took my child to.
No, it's a dog bite. In her face.
Yeah.
On her nose.
And I'll tell you right now, when I was a kid, I got attacked by a dog and bit in the face. It's not fun.
Ugh.
And
no, that's got to be so frightening. She's 4.
Yeah.
She's a baby still.
Yeah.
That's fucking ridiculous. But that, this whole thing speaks to what a great father Aaron is. And P.S., he's such a great father, too. He abuses their stepmother.
Yeah. Physically abuses and mentally abuses.
And you think that shit doesn't happen in front of the kids? You know he's all the time talking shit to April.
Well...
Good message to send to your daughter, stupid.
According to him, the kids came up the stairs...
Yeah.
To find out what was going on between him and April. And this is when he hugged her. And she couldn't breathe. But
kids coming up the stairs wondering what's wrong with stepmommy.
Yeah. And he was hugging her and to tell her, don't fight in front of the kids. Don't fight in front of the kids. Yet, you're bringing cocaine?
And screaming about it. And the baby gets a hold of it.
You're bringing cocaine around your kids? You're bringing all the... Fuck you.
And weirdos from the internet. Gino and his stupid fucking...
OnlyFans bitch.
Right?
Come on. You fucking whore.
Ugh. Oh my God. Anybody who sits next to Aaron from this point on, go fuck yourselves. If you're willing to sit next to a wife beater, like I get it if it's for a huge amount of money that like is life changing, but for a measly $100 to actually laugh at his attempt at jokes and everything, fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you. You think I hate him?
Yeah.
Does that come across?
Yeah, that comes across. I dislike the guy too. He's a piece of shit. I would never, in my entire life, I actually made it a promise to myself from my childhood. I would never put my hands on a female, ever. And I have never done that in my entire life.
No, I'm pretty sure that I'd fight you, though.
Oh, please. I'd knock you out with one hit.
And that airbag hit me square in the face, and I was trying to fight that airbag.
You can't go off on another story without explaining what happened. Really?
I'm not trying to say like I'm super tough. I'm just saying that, in a pinch, like I rolled a car on the highway and the airbag exploded, hit me square in the mouth. I was wearing red lipstick and like there was a perfect kiss mark on the airbag. And so he's in the passenger seat and all he sees me is hitting. I'm trying to like punch this airbag so it would deflate so I could see what I'm hitting. So like, yeah, we're rolling. I can't see. I'm freaking out because I can't see anything. And I fought the airbag as we're rolling. So that's the sort of like crazy that Mr. McKill-a-Listener has to deal with.
Yeah, it's fun.
I was trying. I was being helpful.
Yeah.
I thought I was helping. And kick that door open. By Jove, we planned it. All right, we digress. All right. What should we go to now? Because I think we've pretty much said it all. Like, he's a douche and a liar. And we're not victory lapping because we were right. Because at the end of the day, like, I'm not going to celebrate I'm right. Because April got her ass whipped, okay?
Yup, that's sad.
It's really sad. Oh, the stack of lies from NLO today. I wanted to make sure to get that in. That, this right here.
This is. We already talked about this. Again, he wants the focus to be on the document, not the abuse.
Because we were upset. Do you remember when April would keep referring to a stack of papers full of lies?
Wrong answer.
Okay, you're gonna what? Yeah, you're seeing this guy lie in real time. Let's go to the actual clip. What she said.
Not wish them upon myself.
I have I don't know what you're talking about because I have zero level 10 bad things.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Because I could show you a whole stack of level 10 bad upstairs.
To me,
Right there.
Whole stack of level 10 bad, but he's telling you it's a whole stack of level 10 lies.
And I'd just like to thank Melton for all this.
Oh.
If you like to listen to Steel Toe get shit on, go to Melton. He's really good.
Yeah, everybody's been
doing
fantastic.
He's been doing this for a long time. He's really good.
Yeah.
And his shows are really fun and cool.
It's cool. They're fun and
they're
professional.
And so, yeah.
We text each other now. Like, ever since Melton started doing the movie voice, like, we'll text each other. We're being very fun and professional and cool. So it's, like, seeped into our everyday lives.
Thanks, Melton.
I'm not proud of that, by the way. Thanks, Melton. Melton's great. God, who else is great? Everybody is. Like, anyone who's covering Steel Toe for the most part is really, like,
for the most part, yeah.
Clipping, Citizen M, Doom, Melton. I'm trying to think. Natclo's been doing some really good clips. That Stalin person, Stalin 19, I think is their name they're clipping. So a lot of good clippers out there. Fantastic.
And again, I can't.
Oh, you know what? And I wanted to send this warning out too. I don't believe there's actually a new girl, but this is, so I don't think he was physical with Ashley. I think that would have actually come out and would have affected the custody. I think it was pretty much psychological abuse.
Probably mental.
Yeah, well, the psychological, verbal.
Yeah.
He escalated with April to the psychological, physical, financial abuse because she was beholden to him, like doing a show. And so, because he got her to quit her job and everything like that. So she's financially dependent on that show and wouldn't allow her to get another job.
Right.
That's how psycho this guy is. So definite financial abuse. So the new girl, better look the fuck out. Slam pig.
Mm-hmm.
She's gonna slam piece, slam pig is what we're calling her. Better look the fuck out. He's escalating in every single relationship. So yeah.
Yeah, if he has guns in the house, I would
I don't think he
Definitely.
does. April was the hunter, so I don't think
That
he's
doesn't mean that
he's a
he
pussy.
doesn't.
I don't think he has anything. Please, the man can't even fight his way out of a paper bag with another man.
Yeah, we saw the boxing match.
Yeah, go back and watch those clips. So, but
Those are funny.
oh my
I
god.
think it lasts about 15 seconds. He takes 2 hits and he's down.
Yeah, but he can sit there and abuse a woman because,
A
she's
woman that is
tiny.
5 foot whatever and 100 pounds. This dude's supposed to be 6 foot plus.
And he
200
boxes too, so,
He's 6 foot plus 200 plus pounds, and he has to put his hands on this tiny girl. Get
Right.
the fuck out of here, you pussy.
For real. For real. And fuck
And
anyone that sits next to him. Again, I'm
and
going
I
to reiterate
hope
that.
That anybody who steps in the ring with this piece of shit knocks the living piss out of him.
For real.
Just pounds him into the ground.
For real. For real. I don't even know what else to say because it's like... Because it's not fun. It's not fun being right. And again, if I had to guess that there was nothing going on as far as the swinging relationship, God knows what April confided in Nick and Kayla. So if she was willing to tell Ashley that, what the fuck did she disclose to Nick and Kayla?
Probably a whole bunch.
Because I'm telling you, the way she minimized in that text message, it was a million times worse. That was the most tame of the abuse, if I had to guess.
Along with the fingerprints around the throat.
Yeah.
It kind of looks like if you look at it real close, she kind of looks like she has a black eye too.
Yeah, but it looks like an older injury.
So
It doesn't look fresh. It looks older. So
who knows?
yeah. But yeah, no, he kept her busy with 2 shows, the house and the kids. She had no time for regular friends. He isolated her. He, at least psychologically, mental abuse and physical abuse, which why wouldn't you believe that he did? If we're believing the same person who dropped all the stuff on Nick on Kiwi Farms, it's the same person. So,
Well, no, he says this all happened, but it was different from what the text messages say. He says it all happened. He never headbutted her, he said. He never...
That's the most tame of the abuse. If she's willing to disclose that while she's minimizing that this only happened between us.
And it was only a hug
Yeah.
to stop her from fighting with him in front of the children. He's making up excuses, and my stepfather did the same shit. He made up excuse after excuse after excuse. My mom did the same shit. She made up the excuses after excuses after excuses. It's,
Yeah.
he's a piece of shit. And my stepfather did the same thing to my mom. He isolated her, wouldn't let her go around her family, wouldn't let her have any friends, made her work with our family company. He did all of that shit.
Yeah.
And, she couldn't go out and get a job outside of working in the family business. So this is like the same shit I went through as a kid.
Right.
I feel bad for his kids because I'm sure there was a lot of knockout, drag out fights with the fist pump.
Yeah. That whole thing. This is what it really bothers me, and this is what I picked up on when he was on Kevin's show. What the hell is that shit show? Kevin Brennan. Whatever the crap it was. Let's see, we'll go to 206. Because that's what I really, when he did this, 206:48. We'll take it from there, I guess. Watch this, because this is what it's really...
You laugh and go like, huh, what's this Play-Doh silly bitch talking about? Or did you look at each other and go like, I wish you hadn't have texted her that.
I went a little bit too far, but...
I wish you hadn't have divulged the personal details about when I lost my temper and
He's going to do something here in like 2 seconds that
I
is
wish you hadn't have done that.
very
Yeah, I bet it was a
concerning.
bummer, man. I
It's
bet
deeply
it sucked.
concerning.
There's a
Here.
theme in April and I's relationship where everything is going really well, and a third-party incident finds its
Right
way in
there.
there.
Right there.
And this is not the only time he's put his hand to his fist. When he was screaming, there's a show that Melton did a little while ago. I don't know how long ago, but he was screaming and pounding his fist, pounding the table, saying how much he hates April, how much he hates the Rekieta's and pounding his fist and everything, and it's just
That fist pounding was so concerning to me. That was a serious red flag. That he's telling you exactly who he is. You know, oh, the third party that gets involved, of course, because it's not his fault. But every few months, and then he hits his fist.
And a third party incident
Right there.
finds its way in there.
Right there.
And a third party incident finds its way in there.
Telling you exactly who
And
he
a
is.
third party incident finds its way in there.
There you go. That's what Aaron Imholte is. And if I had to guess, it was a zillion times worse. It wasn't just a headbutt or a bear hug.
no. I'm guessing that he choked her. I'm guessing that he punched her, hit her, slapped her.
Yeah, that was just the most tame of it. Because every time he starts talking about them fighting, he does that fist thing.
And for someone to leave like she left, just
And
picked
that's
up
what I
and
said at
bolted.
at the very first. He came home that night, they got into a fight, and she left with the clothes on her back. And when she went and got her shit, it was when he was supervised by people that she trusted.
Yeah.
I had that pegged from the fucking beginning.
Well, and not only that, he threw her shit out in the rain.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, come on. That's fucked up.
Yeah. It's abusive.
It is.
It's so fucked. Yeah. So I guess that's it. We're not trying to victory lap, but fuck him. And, yeah,
It's
Aaron Imholte is like a used BMW.
He's a piece of shit. He obviously is an abusive person.
He's escalating too.
And if any woman out there thinks that they could be with this guy, double check, because look online.
Run.
Watch his shit. He's
And
a
Aaron,
fucking
get
asshole.
your shit together for your kids, because your daughters are going to be looking at you as far as the sort of man that you are. That sinks in. Your primary relationships are with your mother and your father. And you are demonstrating what kind of a man to be with. You are their example for your daughters to choose a man. You're an example for your son, what kind of man he should be. So you need to get your shit together.
Yep.
And if not, then I hope the next father-in-law runs you the fuck over. Or beats the piss out of you.
Yep.
For real. Or a brother-in-law decides to. Because you're a pussy and you put your fucking hands on women. You better hope the woman isn't a goddamn psycho and sets you on fire. Is what I'm saying. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
For real. Women do that shit, you know?
Yes, they do.
So, yeah. All right. I guess we're done then. Well, under an hour.
All right. Well, I hope you guys like it.
So, yeah. All right. See you guys.